Welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. Today we're going to set up begin to set up anyway, our new wood processing center, station, or area. Where we live up on a hill. We're at the top of a hill here, which has been wonderful, but it does make moving things around difficult. So this is, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, it's a pretty steep slope for our main driveway coming up. And down at the bottom there's a little drive that went up to the side over here, and you can kind of see that brown spot down there. That's where we had all of our wood stacked. It was just, we first moved in here, I was getting wood, I didn't really know where to put it, I had no real plan, and so I started dumping it down there. That was fine, and I processed everything down there, but I had to haul all the wood up to the wood burner, which sits right up here. So I use this perch and this IBC tote, and sometimes the golf cart and other things, whatever's easiest to haul wood up all season. I'm gonna change the plan, and we're gonna move over to this area. So this area is closer to the wood burner. It's much easier to get the wood over to the burner on a daily basis. And I think this is gonna work out really well. It is all shaded, but so is pretty much everywhere we have on this homestead. So we have kind of a spot here where I can come back and dump wood, as you have seen I've been doing. This pile eventually will move back further down into this area, and I'd like to clear out all of this area as a spot to stick the wood splitter, so I can split wood and then stack it. And then I'm gonna put all of my wood stacks right along here. So I'm gonna use trees as much as possible to stack in between. So I've got some areas started here already. This tree, this big one, is actually, the top of it fell off last year. So that's gotta come down. And we'll keep stacking wood in all these areas. But I've got a lot I need to clear out. I can stack wood up all along here. This is the end of our property line, this farm field. And we can clear out more of this area all through here. So the goal for today is just to get started. So I'm gonna get more of this cleared out. I'm gonna use the tractor, the bucket, the blade to clear out some of the stumps, some of the brush, leaves, and other things, and kind of smooth this area out a little bit. So we'll get prepped, and then we're gonna split a load of wood. Every time I'm out here doing anything, usually once or twice a week, I'll split a good hour's worth of wood and get that going, so I can keep moving more and more of that wood into stacks. We're also going to cut down this tree, this big tree. Where is it? Right there. It's hard to point backwards. It's a beautiful day. The weather is perfect for this, and we have the Kubota LX2610 out here with the bucket on it and the blade, and this will give us the tools that we need to clear a lot of this stuff out. I do have a pretty big stump here. I'm not sure that I'm going to have the power to move, so we may have to play with that. That's actually buried in here, and it's still in the ground quite a bit, so I'm going to try to work this out and then be able to clear this whole area out. Well, progress has been made. We got a trail put in here, at least. Got all this cleared out. Got the stump out of here. A lot of the brush and logs and things. I do want to clean this out. I'm gonna cut this cherry tree down and probably this maple here. We'll clear this spot out a little more, level it out. But I really need to get this out of the way because I need to get my tractor in and out of here. That tractor's long, and it's hard to maneuver around all these trees and everything without catching the back blade on something or the bucket when you're back and turning around. This whole field here drains kind of down to this area, and so I want to leave some of this open. It'll kind of drain in all through here, and it drains down this ditch that you saw me push that big stump into. And you can see how this is all eroded away, and then that's our driveway right there. So that's been an issue for years for this house. It washes the driveway out, and it's still an issue, although we do have a blacktop berm there, and we have a kind of a drainage trench along the driveway now. And so it's, as long as I can slow this water down when it comes rushing through here, it doesn't hit the driveway as hard. So long-term plans to make more drainage here, but I really don't want to do any wood processing or have any wood stacked in this area because I know that all this water is going to be kind of flowing through here. I do want to kind of build a little bit of a berm, so I've been trying to push in the brush and things up against the edge here, which will help kind of direct the runoff down that way. We got this tree down. It's a pretty good sized tree. This is a 24-inch bar, and it wouldn't go all the way through it, and I really messed up my cuts here. I totally missed my hinge. On this side it started sloping down, and I couldn't get all the way through, so I had to cut from both sides. So not ideal, but it fell down, and it fell exactly where we wanted it to. We'll get the tractor back in here, and we'll get out and I'll load those up, get it out of the farmer's field, because I'm sure he's gonna be planting this week. This can all be now processed right here and stacked right here, so this would be a really nice spot. Everything on a homestead is all about prioritization. There's always too many things to do. For instance, I have projects that haven't been finished. I have indoor things that need to be finished. I have gardening that needs to be done. We have, plants that need to be moved outside to the deck from the inside. There's a list that goes on and on and on. But usually what drives my decisions is the weather. I don't want to be out here when it's 95 degrees cutting trees down and splitting wood. I'm going to take some time off from wood processing, hopefully in July and August. And I want to do, this week it's going to be in the 70s every day. I'm in the shade. I mean, this is ideal. This is the perfect timing. I'm out here in a long sleeve shirt, barely sweating, and working on this stuff, and it's great. I can do more of the tractor work when it's hotter out, and so I want to do as much of the wood processing and splitting and stacking, get that stuff done early as possible in the year. And so this has got to be a priority. I also got to get my gardens planted, so I'm toss up between those things. I'm alternating between planting gardens and processing wood. We'll be using the 35-ton county line splitter. So all this maple has been coming from my friend's house, and I've got a lot more to bring home. A couple dump truck loads probably will get dumped off right here. And so I want to get this split and processed as quickly as possible. Anything, this size gets put right into the pile. That'll go in the wood burner just fine. And then anything bigger than that will get split at least in half. know it doesn't seem like much, but this is the best setup that I've ever had for wood so far. I wish you were here with me to smell this fresh oak. There's just something about fresh split oak wood that is awesome. But lots of space left in here to clear up, and I'll just keep kind of pushing this pile back and keep working through it. And I really love this setup. I've got the pile behind me, I've got the splitter right here. For any other logs that I bring from anywhere else, I can pull the tractor right up and put the bucket level with the splitter, roll those big logs right off onto it, split them, and then kind of use the bucket as a shelf. And then I can throw the pile of processed wood right on this side or the back side of it. And then I've got all this room still to stack. So I just have some dead trees I grabbed that'll keep it off the ground a little bit. And so we'll stack in between these trees. I've still got a little ways to go there. This is gonna work out really well, and I'm excited to continue to work through this. There's a lot of things that I have learned over the years from struggling with wood processing, and little tricks to try to make things easier. Using the tractor is one of the things I've learned the most. I want to use the tractor as much as I possibly can, so I'm not struggling to move wood around by hand. And I really like using the bucket, especially with bigger logs, to lift them up to my level. You can flip that splitter up vertically and you can roll the logs down on the ground, but you know, moving a 36-inch or 30-inch log around is still a lot of work, even if it's on the ground. So I'm gonna do something for you guys this year. Every year, everyone asks me, how much wood did you burn? How much wood did you burn? My plan will be to measure all of the stacks of wood that I have so I can get an estimated how many cords of wood that I have total. And throughout the season, I'm going to keep track in my notes of how many cords I burn. And hopefully that will answer. Many of you have asked that question over the years, and hopefully this will help to answer that. Let me know what you guys think of the new wood processing area. Any little things that I missed, any little things that I could use in this area, anything I could build to help this process go smoother. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love any tips and tricks that you guys have, and maybe we can implement those things as we kind of develop this area a little bit back here and make this a little nicer. Don't forget to hit thumbs up on today's video. As always, subscribe if this is your first time here. Love to have you tag along. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.